What's the best way to assassinate someone? Make it look like an accident. The mafia boss, after spending the whole day on edge, finally returned to his steel fortress. But just as he slipped into the pool to relax, he suddenly spotted his beloved watch at the bottom. Yet he clearly remembered leaving it on his nightstand when he came home. Full of doubt, he dove down in one swift motion. But just as he reached out for it, a human face appeared before his eyes. In the dark water, no amount of struggling could save him. Soon the mafia boss floated lifelessly to the surface. This strange sight immediately caught the guard's attention. But moments later, the boss seemed to swim again. The guard relaxed and continued patrolling. In truth, it was the assassin moving the corpse's arm. Using the body as cover, he slid toward the edge of the pool. Once there, he quickly began his escape. He pulled out his hidden bag, peeled off his wetsuit, and prepared to change clothes to slip out. Just then, a maid noticed the boss wasn't moving. She rushed forward to check on him. Her sharp scream instantly alerted every guard. The villa was locked down in seconds. Everyone ran toward the noise, but once they were gone, the assassin calmly stepped out from the storage room. While the guards were distracted, he quietly slipped through the stairwell into the kitchen. Dressed in the butler's uniform, he blended in with the curious servants. He silently walked out the back door. Then he stripped off his jacket, checked the exact time, and sprinted toward the shore. According to his perfect calculation, he boarded the waiting boat right on time. He escaped without drawing a single suspicion. This was the skill of a top-tier assassin, known in the underworld as the Mechanic. Yet even a killer of his caliber was forced into this mission under threat. Not long ago, while enjoying his quiet retirement, Arthur was approached by a mysterious woman. She bluntly said her boss wanted him to take down 3 people, and each death had to look like an accident. If he refused, she would expose the truth about his fake death. Following her gaze, Arthur saw himself surrounded by armed men. But as a top assassin, he had no fear of these small fry. With a cold, disdainful look, he snapped a photo of the woman with his phone. Then he struck, pinning her down before she could draw her gun. Mocking her overconfidence, he put her to sleep in seconds. He flipped a table to block the rushing thugs and took them out one by one. Through the security feed, he saw more men coming his way. Arthur didn't bother to waste time. He vaulted from a high platform, disappearing from sight. The woman and her men chased after him, racing toward the cable cars. But after searching the area, they found no trace of him. Just as she frowned in confusion, she heard footsteps above her. Arthur was clinging to the roof of a cable car. Then he spotted a glider flying past in the distance. That was his way out. With a running leap, he dodged her gunfire and soared into the sky. Riding the glider, he slipped from their encirclement. Back at his safe house, Arthur connected his phone to the computer and began searching for the woman's identity. He was no man's pawn. If someone dared to threaten him, he would strike back. Soon he uncovered her boss, an arms dealer named Jack. Arthur had crossed paths with him before. He knew Jack was far too dangerous to provoke, so he quickly packed ready to disappear. But it was already too late. When Arthur reached a tropical island to flee with his girlfriend, corrupt cops on Jack's payroll were waiting. They seized his girlfriend at once. Arthur fought fiercely, but the police dragged her away. Helpless as she was taken, Arthur stopped resisting. He agreed to meet with Jack at Jack's heavily guarded compound. Every guard knew Arthur's reputation. They stripped him of everything, even wiring his chair with a pressure bomb. If he dared to stand up, he'd be blown to pieces. Only after making sure he was contained did Jack finally step forward. Straight to the point, Jack demanded Arthur kill 3 men. Each one had to die in an accident. As leverage, he promised Arthur a phone call with his girlfriend after every kill. For her sake, Arthur had no choice but to obey. His first target, an arms dealer named Max. He was locked in a prison built on an island 100 kilometers from shore. Sharks infested the waters. Private guards patrolled the grounds. The prison sat on 100-meter cliffs. Even if Arthur killed the man, how could he ever escape? Faced with such a challenge, what kind of plan would Arthur devise?